energy hasn't been good, but when the cooler temperatures start creeping in, it definitely a little bit more of a pep in your step, definitely at practice.
I'll tell you, when you first got wind of this afternoon game, you're thinking, oh my gosh, please don't let it be 95 to 100 degrees, and thankfully the front came through. It should be pretty nice.
Yeah, coming into week 5, all the way back when schedules came out and the decision was made to play an afternoon game, we thought, hopefully far enough into the season that heat wouldn't be a factor. Definitely this year more than ever, heat's definitely been staying with us for a while, but it's going to be good weather on Friday for us, and so we're just excited about it.
All right, what's the latest on injuries, getting people back for this week? Is it a pretty good report for you?
Yeah, Jacob's going to play this week. Jacob Gomez-Wilson been out a couple weeks with a shoulder injury, and we feel like he's back. He's ready to go play, and so he will play this week. Still, the other guys that we've talked about in weeks past will still be out, but as far as the injury front is concerned, we talked about Canyon last week. Had a little bit of a hip issue, but he's practiced this week. He felt way better on Saturday than he did Friday, and so he's practiced this week, so he'll be a go as well. So as far as health is concerned, obviously, he got the mid-season bumps and bruises, but I feel like the guys are battling through, and we're getting them rehabbed and getting them back, and so we should be relatively full strength going into Sydney here week 5.
Jacob, both sides of the ball, or just kind of limited him on one side and play him a little bit on the other?
He'll definitely play a lot on defense at the safety position. We feel good about that for him. And then obviously he'll split some carries with Brett at the tailback position, but Brett will definitely get majority of the carries right now. He's been leading the way for us at the tailback position, but most certainly Jacob will have his touches and get in there and help us on that side of the ball as well, along with others.
I know you were very happy about the Bison offense last week. You want to see that thing, of that machine keep moving this week, don't you?
Yeah, I was really happy with our offense a week ago. Felt like we played really well once we got settled in. Guys were doing their assignments. I felt like our offensive line blocked well up front. Adam played a really good game at the quarterback position. Lucas had a good game catching the ball from Adam, throwing it to him. And then Brett had some tough yards in that game. They really keyed on Brett in that game based off of what he's done in weeks prior. So overall, I felt like our guys played really well offensively. We just got to continue that. As you said, we don't want that to be it for us. We want to continue to build this offense and see where it can go.
What's one or two things, offense, defense, special teams? Hey, guys, we've got to keep getting better at this.
I would just say defensively, we just got to come out and start fast. And not that our guys haven't. I just feel like it's just taken us a little bit in the games that we've played to maybe settle in. Would like to settle in a little bit faster on defense. And I think it just comes down to tackling. We just kind of had some tackling woes early on in that game. And once we shored that up, I felt like we had control of the ball game on that side of the ball. But, tackling's always going to be something that you just want to continue to get better at week in and week out.
Sydney team 2-2. Lost opener against Holdridge, 1-2 straight, and then they kind of took it on the chin against Mitchell last week, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They've kind of had an up and down season, but when you look at their roster, anybody that any sort of track knowledge knows what they have, from the Dottie kid to the Hawley kid in the backfield. Both those guys are low 1100 runners. Even the Hawley kid is sub 1100 runners. So those guys definitely are weapons when they get the ball, and we just got to be able to contain those guys and not let them get to the perimeter, which is their game. They want to get to the edge. They know the guys that they have, and that's their best chance for success. So that's gone into the game plan this week to try to make sure we contain those guys and not get them loose.
So what kind of offense are we looking at tonight? 2 weeks ago we saw a Broken Bow. Last week with Holdridge, what do you see coming up tonight?
You're going to see a lot of double tight with two flankers and with those two in the backfield. And so it's either going to be option either direction with them. They're going to try to give it to Hawley on just some straight tosses, and they'll throw the ball down the field. That would definitely be something that those three things, a lot of option, a lot of just straight sweep, as we call it, trying to get those guys to the perimeter and then trying to use their speed down the field, throwing the ball down the field. So they try to disperse it to a lot of different guys, and we just got to be able to pursue the football. I think now more than ever this week, you got to have really good pursuit angles out on the edge and the perimeter, because that's where their game's at.
Very best of luck, sir. We'll talk after the game.
Yeah, thanks, Rich.
Coach Joe Petrosky talking Bison football. Back with more of the pregame starting lineups next on KICX 96.1.
I know I need life insurance, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Does this sound familiar? Has life insurance fallen down to the bottom of your to-do list? Life can change in an instant. Life insurance can cover your what-ifs and add some peace of mind to your agenda.
Contact your Farm Bureau agent, Nick Wright, 222 West B Street in McCook to learn more today. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Securities and services offered through FBL Marketing Services, LLC. Affiliate Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Carpenter Breland Funeral Home and Monuments proudly supports our local veterans. With respect, honor, and gratitude, our staff proudly serves veterans and their families in Southwest Nebraska and Northwest Kansas through traditional funeral service, on-site cremation, pre-planning, and monuments.
The pregame show is brought to you by your friends at Wagner Ford Toyota. Best of luck, Bison from Wagner Ford Toyota, located on the corner of West 2nd C in downtown McCook, the dealer that makes the difference.
Hello, good afternoon from Sydney, Nebraska. It's Bison Football, KICX 96.1, HighPlainsRadio.net or KICX app. Get a little bit different type of deal with an afternoon game here at Sydney, Nebraska. I did get a little bird told me. Little Bird, who was a fantastic football coach for 20-plus years here at McCook, and Coach Jeff Gross gave me a little tip that last time the Bison had an afternoon game, Coach said 2007 quarterfinals against Hastings. Bison won that handily 40-7, and our very own defensive coordinator Matt Berry scored 6 touchdowns in that game. The next year, all the playoff games went to Friday, so it was a case where you really didn't have to play afternoon games. You got Friday because then you had Saturday. So anyway, if that's the case, then I'll believe Coach 100%. Then it's been a while since the Bison have played an afternoon game. City comes to town 2-2. Red Raiders had a tough loss against Mitchell. Common opponent, Holdridge. Sydney lost against Holdridge. McCook, of course, handled the Dusters pretty well. Had a great second half against the Dusters, winning that last week. 76 degrees, I think, last check. Got a northwest wind gusting it. It needs to die down a little bit. Northwest winds 25 gusts and a 35, so you might hear that in our headphones a little bit over the course of our broadcast. We'll check the starting lineups, the kickoff, McCook and Sydney coming up after the break. The Wagner Ford pregame continues next on KICX 96.1.
In this ever-changing financial world we live in, there's one partner you can always count on. That's Horizon Bank, because we're here for you. We offer a full range of products and services to make your banking experience safe, convenient, and easy. Whether you use our online banking or mobile banking services, or stop by our branch at 312 West 1st in McCook, you'll receive the finest customer service from our helpful, knowledgeable banking staff. Remember, at Horizon Bank, we're here for you. Find us on horizonbankne.com or like us on Facebook. Horizon Bank, member FDIC.
Community Hospital wants you to know that not all sleep is equal. Restful sleep promotes physical and emotional health, while sleep apnea can be a risk factor for heart disease and high blood pressure. If poor sleep is keeping you from getting the rest you need, it's time to talk with your doctor to see if a sleep study is